you've started to think about a personal goal and some kind of a goal that's going to help you be more healthy in the future. Before we get too much further into goal setting, let's talk about the difference between a short-term and a long-term goal. Well, a short-term goal is something we want to accomplish in the very near future. Oftentimes, maybe in the next week or two or a month or even up to a year. But a short-term goal usually leads to that long-term goal. Usually long-term goals are bigger and maybe harder to achieve all at once. So it takes a series of short-term goals to get to them. So today we're going to be focused on short-term goals, things that we can accomplish in the near future. So it's important that we know the difference between those two as we get ready to start building our SMART goal. So what is a SMART goal? Let's focus on how to build a SMART goal. Now, a SMART goal is simply a way to build a goal that's really going to help you achieve it. It's something that's going to be very specific. It's going to be something that you can measure. It's going to be something that you can follow through on and hopefully accomplish. Now, this is an important lesson because today we're going to build a SMART goal revolving around being healthy. And throughout our 10 lessons, we're going to kind of continue to come back to that and see if the information that you receive is going to help you accomplish that. All right, so what does SMART mean? Well, it's not the same as being smart in school, even though it's a fun acronym, but SMART stands for being specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and timely. So let's go through each one of those. All right, so we want to make our goals specific. All right, we want to describe the who, what, and where, and what do we want to accomplish. So instead of just saying something general like, hey, I want to get better grades, how are we going to do that? How specifically are we going to get better grades? For example, we could say, I'm going to turn in every assignment for this next month. We know that's going to help us get better grades, correct? The next part, it needs to be measurable. We want to include how we will measure our progress. So the grades example is an easy one. Your grades will be easily measured by your teacher, and if your grades go up, you know that you've accomplished your goal. So we want it to be measurable. We also want it to be achievable. We want to create goals which utilize our unique skills to help inspire motivation. While it's okay to have high goals, since those can maybe be your long-term goals, but on the short term, we want to find achievable goals. Maybe they're challenging, but they're achievable. It's something that we know we can accomplish because that's really going to help our motivation. And that's dependent on everybody's unique abilities and skills. So find something that is achievable. The next one's relevant, which is really important because everybody's goals are going to be different depending on your own interests and motivations. Don't pick the same goal as your friend. Don't try to copy somebody else. Find something that's relevant to you. Be sure that it is a goal that is important to you. If it's important to you, you're going to be more motivated to accomplish it. And the last letter is T, which stands for timely. Right? We want to set a specific deadline to reach your goal, and we want to celebrate success when you're done. We want to put a timestamp on when do we want to accomplish this by. Remember, we're talking about short term right now, so make sure it's not too far out there. All right, but if you want to kind of have a deadline for when you want to accomplish this, and then you're going to go back and assess yourself and see if you accomplished your goal. And if you did, it's very important to celebrate your success, reward yourself, or make sure other people know about your goal so that they can praise you for it because you've accomplished something unique. So now it's time for our lesson activity. You're going to all work on developing your own SMART goal. We have a handout and a worksheet to help you do that. Before you get started, I want to remind you of the 5 PHS goals. You're trying to find goals for yourself that kind of revolve around those things. Eating more fruits and vegetables, eating less sugar or drinking less sugar, eating less fast and fatty food, getting more physical activity every day, and maybe spending less time in front of a screen. So think about each of those areas and which one you think you could improve on when you're thinking about your SMART goal. Let's go through the activity.
Take a look at the personal SMART goal handout. The directions are, think about a change you would like to make to improve your own personal health and well-being. Write down your goal or two in the space below. Once you have written down your goal, check each box if your goal is specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and timely. If it is, work to create a second goal. If not, rewrite your goal in the space below using the SMART format. Let's take a look at the following example. Our example goal is, I will reduce the number of sugar-sweetened beverages I drink to no more than 2 per week. Is this specific? Yes, we are specifically cutting the drinks down to 2 per week, so we can check that box off. Is this goal measurable? Well, I would think absolutely. We can track how many sugary beverages we drink a week. Is it achievable? Well, I would say yes again. We can achieve this. We're setting a goal that we can tangibly achieve. Is it relevant? Well, absolutely. We know that drinking sugary sweetened beverages is not good for our health, so cutting them out is going to be an improvement. But is it timely? What are we missing here? Do we have a goal date to accomplish this goal? That's what this goal is missing. Here's how we could rewrite the goal. I will reduce the number of sugary sweetened beverages I drink down to 2 per week for the next 3 weeks. Now go ahead and take time to pause the video and give yourself some time to work on your own SMART goal.